This business with the dinghy divers isn't funny anymore. In fact, it never was. It's a deadly serious game that needs to be brought to a very swift conclusion. And there's no end in sight. We read the news every day about certain things that might be happening on both sides, and then the following day it all changes again. I don't think anybody really has a grasp on this situation, and after reading the news this morning, I get more depressed than ever. How do everyone? Welcome back to the channel for Friday. Yes, I know it's not like me to get depressed. I suppose frustration is more the word than anything else. When you see a problem and you wonder how to solve it, and you watch all these politicians falling over themselves because of international treaties and Brexits and all the rest of it, it's really, really bad. Let me just share a picture with you. While I know it looks like a bunch of carrier bags tied together and thrown in the water, it actually was a rubber dinghy, a rubber craft packed full of people coming across the channel. And as you can see, it deflated, it sunk, and people died. I'm surprised that this hasn't happened in such large numbers before, and I am very well aware that it will happen again if this isn't put a stop to. I've said again and again and again over the last few days and the last couple of weeks, boots need to be on the ground over there and stop the damn things getting into the water, disrupt their operations, problem solved, lives saved. You can then concentrate on finding the people who are behind this and holding them to account. It's very simple. Well, Priti Patel was due to go over to have discussions with the French about this, but there's a little bit of a problem, and its name is Boris Johnson. Yes, Boris decided to stick his oar in and write a letter to the French. And the French seem to have taken offence to it and told Priti Patel that she's no longer welcome to the meeting that was scheduled. Well, looking into it, I found that Boris detailed a 5-point plan in order to deal with this crisis. There's no other word for it. And I happen to have this 5-point plan right here. Let's go through them, shall we? Number 1, border force officials to help patrol French beaches and nearby roads. UK could fund private security if French reject this over concerns about sovereignty. Yes, well, they've had 54 million quid and done nothing with it, and they've got the brazen cheek to ask for more, I was reading yesterday. I agree with point number 1. Boots need to be on the ground. It doesn't matter whether they're French ones, English ones, or private ones. These craft need to be stopped from leaving, and this problem will disappear. Point number 2, allow the UK to return migrants who cross the channel directly to France and break the business model of criminal gangs. So in other words, if they make it here, send them straight back. I like it. I can't see it happening though. The lefties will go absolutely mad. Point number 3, border force cutters to help patrol French coastal waters. French Navy could enter UK waters on joint missions. Well, there's border force cutters out there already, but they're not doing what this suggests. They should be rounded up and sent back. Otherwise, more pictures will be in the press like that one of the sunken dinghy I showed you. Point number 4, the UK could fund the deployment of ground sensors and radar in northern France to help detect suspicious activity on remote beaches. PM also offered to deepen intelligence sharing on the operations of smuggling gangs. Boots on the ground, Boris. End of story. And point number 5, PM Prime Minister Mr. Boris of Johnson also offered to share intelligence from British surveillance flights over the channel to help French forces intercept smuggling operations more quickly. Now, all of this despite what it says in the paper, stinks to me of an attempt to cooperate and get this problem nipped in the bud. But the French are having none of it, which again makes my suspicions go that way. Something very sniffy is going on about all this. Very, very much so. I don't know what you think, leave it in the comments. But it's our problem. We end up with these people and they've got to be dealt with somehow. I've seen comments again and again and again. The benefit system and everything else in this country is very attractive to them. At the end of the day, they land, they get nearly 40 quid a week, room and board, mobile phones and everything else. So that's an attraction in itself. But to stop it, over in France, boots on the ground, stop them from launching. End of story. End of problem. That's my opinion. Tell me yours. I'll be interested to read it. Toodaloo.